Should just go to this for next year.
I also own a farm.
Here we go.
You're now watching the 2024 season of Farming with Duffy Ag.
I don't know where all our taxpayer dollars go, but they're always working on roads, and they've always been horrible. It seems like they open them up and they're still junk. So I don't get why, at least in the Northeast, we cannot build roads at all. I know all the European friends of mine that they talk about how good their roads are and everything else like that. You guys are right. Our roads are trash. So 88 coming down from Cobleskill, for as long as I ever could remember from going to Cobleskill and whatnot, it always had road work, and it has got to be one of the worst roads to ever drive on. It's always bumpy. It's trash. They're working on it still. Hell, it's been 14 years, and I don't think there's ever been a time where there hasn't been road work on it. Hello, Pennsylvania. It's been a minute. I don't know. When was the last time we were in Pennsylvania? Farm show? Yeah. How are you doing today?
Oh, big stretch.
Let me move the stuff and you can sit in the front. Pulled in here and got ourselves a slice of breakfast pizza. How was it? Pretty good? Alrighty. Got an hour and a half to go or so. What do we got? Warner tractor. I got some stuff. Nothing too crazy. You get up going through some of the hills here and you don't have the big ag, but there's definitely a lot of ag still through. But the valleys is where it thrives. And where are we going here? Better look. Going up, going left. So I have been to Seth's once, and we went and got that second dyno that Colburn has. I don't know if he still has it or not, but yeah, we're going like back roads across. Saves us like 30 minutes. Like at one point that was a dairy, I would say, and you look around, it's some scenery, but it always makes me wonder if I made the right choice of moving to New York or Pennsylvania. The good parts where it's real productive and progressive. I can't afford that land. The people farming there can't even afford the land. So at the end of the day, it due to development, that's the biggest thing. Pile of Pioneer seed on the bed, so somebody's planting or doing something here. I don't even know what town I'm in. So but I'm glad I ended up where I did, but it's always cool to see other farming areas, because the scenery is just so different. This part of PA and my part of New York, they're about the same. But this part does have a lot of gas wells and stuff like that, so it brings money into the area to some degree. I know there's going to be people that do not agree with that, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but it's economic stimulus. Like, I believe up on that hill it looks like it's a gas place, but I might be wrong. Oh yeah, I'll rub your belly, buddy. You like road trips? Yeah. Aw. Good belly rub. You want more? Yeah. Okay. You don't know where we're going. You've been here. You ran around. You want all the belly rubs this morning, huh?
We made it. Ulmer Farm since 2001. Yanko's running around. His bin site is up that road. So you gotta go watch the other video. I'll drop it down below of when we went up there. But they're ripping ground. They got ponds in places, and it says they're supposed to get rain today. So they got stuff gearing up. Always. I haven't seen Seth since Commodity Classic last year. Well, there it is. Front 3-point hitch. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's for Brad. But Seth's over here. He's got quite the lineup of gear for being first generation farmer. He's done 2001. And a bunch of it's out running and whatnot. But so Seth's hired help out there running. Seth, well, you're gonna have birds.
Okay.
So first generation farmer. We've been here before. This was put away, but we did film it.
Yeah.
You do tomatoes and grow crops.
Processing tomatoes.
So basically on the ground would.
Yep. Bare dirt.
And this is a tomato transplanter.
Yeah. 5 row, 60-inch centers.
How many acres a day or hour can you plant?
On a good day, we can do 15, maybe 20. We're doing like 0.8 to 1 mile an hour.
And how fast can you harvest? I remember that was
5 to 7 acres a day. Yeah.
It's wild.
It's a slow process, but
130 acres of it.
that's the plan.
Takes a few days.
Yeah, it's not real. It's pretty simple planter. Plants go in here in the carousel as the wheel. This is your drive wheel. You change your sprockets to get your population. The carousel turns. Carousel turns as the worker drops a plant in. Same thing. There's your shoe.
Yeah.
Drops it right in there. You got your liquid, mostly water. We have a little fertilizer in it. Comes right through there. This sets the plant. We spray a little bit more fertilizer and water over top of it, just like a corn planter.
And it's set up on a corn planter frame.
Yeah, it's set up on a.
All custom.
Yeah, we built this a couple years ago. We're running about 300 to 400 gallons to the acre in fur and over top.
That's why there's so much tanks on them.
That's why there's 1,000 gallon, and we have 400 on the tractor too. We carry about 1,400 gallon of water, so we can make 2 rounds. Plants all. You can see where all the plants go back there.
So how many plants per acre on average? Or
We're around 8,500 to 9,000 per acre. We can carry about 4 to 5 acres on those trays there. And then you have to fill everything back up.
Yep.
We still have some markers just in case
Yep.
GPS fails, but it's the yellow tanks on the front are 10-34-0. They go 6-7 inches beside it for when the plant starts and gets it a little extra boost. Yeah, that's a planting operation.
I want to come back for well, maybe we'll come for planting. We'll see how our life is. When do you actually plant?
May 15th to June 15th. But if we have good days, like we'll go and plant 2 days, because you can only plant so much every week, because you can only
got to harvest so much every week. Yep.
So That's kind of how it works. Like,
That's why it's spread out.
2 to 3 days and we sit.
Huh. Something different.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's your basic cart 2-point hitch.
Wild. Should just go to this for next year. Yeah, Seth's gonna grow rice right there and he'll be good. So loaded down. Did get fuel, which was 403, which was way cheaper. This is going to Brad on the front of the planter on the 7810. That's either going to be weight or he's going to use it as excess fertilizer. 46 is getting these. We got the bars that go across. It's got steps, and we got some planter parts if we get rowdy. So that's not going anywhere. That's not going anywhere. That's not going anywhere. You're going somewhere. We're going home. So we did actually just get called, and they are drag lining today, direct dragging, and the hose is full of ice, so they can't get the gallons up. So we will not be hauling manure tomorrow, which is honestly not a bad thing because we can get some of our stuff done. So I like the income source, but at the end of the day, we do have to make progress. Also, I forgot the merchandise for Seth, but hooked it up with a hat and a shirt. So Seth, really appreciate it. It's become a small world, and it's all because of social media. So I forget how long we've been friends. 6 years, 7 years. Well, Yanko's pumped. He had a good time. Let's go home. At some point, we're gonna need that fertilizer tender there. Yep. Some of his trucks lined up. So up the hill, it's actually this road goes up over a mile, I think he said, and we've been there. So at the end of this video, I'll drop it to go look back. I'm gonna go out this way instead of going up. But yep. Hopefully those spots dry out, but low spots are wet, and maybe if you wait it dries out, right? He's got his grain storage facility, and he's done quite a lot of work up there. So they'll go ahead and work as much ground as they can and have to go around the wet spots, and if it dries up in between, then they can work them a little bit more. But yeah, they think they're gonna get a little bit of rain today. Hoping we don't. Those bulk load trailers that are just a one hopper belly dump with a big center fill, I don't know what those are. So if somebody wants to tell me the exact reasoning behind them, they're not like a canvas top or anything like that, so they got to have a specialty use. I would figure. Somebody's got to know. Rain is here, and I see by the time we get back it's gonna be raining, so we're gonna have probably a shop day. Figure out, maybe throw this on, get rolling. I got a bunch of ideas of how I want to set this system up compared to what I previously was used to back with that 4-row. Got a lot of good ideas. Technology has changed a lot, and there's a lot of options on this stuff now. So we're gonna pretty much, so where I was gonna put a bunch of money into this planter, and we were gonna make it be our planter for the next few years. What I'm gonna probably do, you can buy used planters, like 12 rows, 16 rows, for 20, 30,000 with all the bells and whistles. Yeah, you gotta run through them and change out all the wear parts, but at the end of the day, that I think that's the route we're gonna go at some point. 8 rows great, and I love the planter. I just think we could get some more efficiency if we're gonna keep growing. Keep the 8 row for smaller fields or stuff like that. But I decided that putting airbags on it, trying to make it into the planter that really would benefit us, freaking pumps, was not really the best use of money. So we got to update parallel arms because they got wear to them. We got to put the fertilizer on, and we have to put the marker arms on, and then that will be pretty much where it's at for this year. So, and we'll see, like I said, for next year. $4 corn, I'm trying to at least
not go negative on growing corn. So getting it in on time and not having it have to get dried is a big part of it. But farming some more acres, I think the liquid fertilizer is going to benefit us quite a bit, getting plants going. So hopefully we're doing better this year. I didn't want to put tanks on the planter because of how it folds, and 4 rows and 6 rows and 8 rows having fertilizer right on it, I think it's a cluster. When you get to the 12 rows and the fertilizer sits further back, stuff like that, it's not right up in it, I think makes more sense. But saddle tanks and having tanks that can come off, I think this is going to give the right look for one and be very beneficial, and we're going to put a little bit more weight on the tractor. We do have to put the weights back on the tires, and then we got to get some hubs. I was looking at some. I actually messaged the guy on Tires Now, but there's somebody closer that has a set of 18.4 at the 38s that's got 50%. So I think that's probably our better bet, and they will line up very well with joules on that tractor, and that will wake that thing up. So I cannot believe how bumpy this road is right here. I thought it was going the other way, it was a lot better. So alrighty, I'm gonna keep sending it north, and well, it's northeast we're going, but probably stop at Brooks Barbecue on the way through. It is 11 o'clock now. At the rate we're going, we will be home at 3. But we're gonna stop. I think that's what it is. We'll stop and get some food in Oneonta probably, unless I see something in between. It is very bumpy. Rolling back into Oneonta, and that means one thing. Wow, right there, it's a sign, Brooks Barbecue. Oh my God, it literally was a sign. And we got Lutz in front of us, where we brought 2 loads of corn. We'll see what we do this year. We got some things planned, but yeah, we've been there, done that, saw that. Most of my corn was well, not most of it, but a good amount of it was contracted. So Quinn, I contracted it through Quinn, and he made it happen. So we'll see what goes on this year as far as pricing.
Want some food? So in there, it used to be just meals, and after COVID, they shut down through COVID, and then oh, is this guy gonna park right where I'm? Yep, no, I can't get out. Let's see, backs all the way up. Now it's a buffet, so you get to pick your meats, how many meats you want, and then chicken. I got chicken, brisket, and pulled pork. You're not a big pulled pork, but there's some brisket. I got another piece in here for you. Yeah, life of Yanko. He's been here quite a few times in our days. A lot of traveling. We made it home, and I actually thought it was going to be raining today, and it looks like some tomorrow, but there's a lot of people out plowing, and our ground there's some wet spots, but we're going to have to work around them like everybody else. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I was going to take this off and start messing on the 46, but we can do that later on. We're going to take the discs off, throw the plows on, and see what we can turn over. That way we're in a better spot moving forward. I'm going to put my leftovers in the fridge. So at Brooks, you can take leftover meats because it's a buffet, but like the sides, you don't take that unless you order them. But yeah, this is going to Brad. And as I told Brad, I said there's a rinse for personal use on the side, which is pretty cool. I don't remember. It's got a dent from something, but if he's aggressive or if he wants, he can probably pop that out. So this is 110 gallon. So even if it's just water in the front, that puts you at, water's what, 8.34 or something, 8.34. That sounds about right. Milk's 8.73 3-ish, 4-ish. So that will give him 800. So 830 would be 100 plus another 83. Wow. We'll give him 900 pounds in the front and some more capacity, and it will look cool. So he's got the front hitch. These are one is liters, I take it, and one is gallons. Yep, liters and gallons. 200 each, so 400 gallons of capacity. This one goes on the door side, and it's got a little piece for the toolbox and everything else. I'm actually very excited. Seth ran these back in the day, and then they just upgraded. He told me they were on a 4255, he believes. So we might have to do a little bit of adjustment on the actual spacing of the hookups, which is this, and then they slide through them. But I don't think we're going to be anything too wild. I hope not. But toolbox comes off and it goes on, and it's got hoops on this side. I take it that was for chains, and it's got a hanger right there that the toolbox goes back on, and it's got the steps so you can get in to the tractor and you can walk up the side. Yeah, very cool. I'm trying to think what's weird about this. Oh, it's going the wrong way. Right, it's flipped. Yeah, it's flipped around. Wow. And then I got some closing units that maybe someday we'll put on. They were ones that he had, and he said he just updated. He's doing 1,600 acres of corn, row crops, I think. And yeah, so every year run through a planter and we'll get to a point of something like that someday, but we're not there yet. Well, this is going to do it for this video. I appreciate you guys watching along, liking, subscribing, being part of the channel. And we're going to throw those on when we get a rainy day and, well, slower day. But we're not hauling tomorrow, so we'll see exactly what goes on. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one.